welcome back to Confessions of a Middle Manager, the podcast where we pull back the curtain on the triumphs, failures, and sometimes bewildering realities of modern workplace leadership. I'm your host, Ted Lasso, and today we have a fascinating panel joining us. Three middle managers, each representing a distinct leadership style. All right, joining us now we have Rima Sharma, brand manager, a resident leader at Luminosa Cosmetics. We also have Paul Herman, production manager, a Demagogue leader at Peak Performance Machining. And we have Michael Scott, regional manager, a Clueless leader at Dunder Mifflin. Welcome to the show. Alrighty, guys. So let's dive into it. Our first theme, types of leadership in the self. We all have an ideal of who we are and sometimes a very different reality. I have two questions here. First, what type of leader would you consider yourself? Rima, let's start with you.
I see myself primarily as a visionary leader. My most vital role isn't just setting strategy, it's defining a compelling future and connecting everyone's work to that larger positive impact. I believe in helping people connect with their own ideal self and showing them how Luminosa is the place where they can grow into that person. My leadership style is built on that foundation of shared purpose and hope. And I enjoy the quote by Daniel Goleman's Primal Leadership regarding emotional intelligence that is gifted leadership occurs where heart and head, feeling and thought meet.
Oh, I like that. I like that little quote you gave us there. Thank you, Rima. Mr. Paul Herman, what about you?
Yeah, well, in terms of my ideal self, I see myself as a strong, decisive operational leader, the kind who isn't afraid to take charge quickly and with force when production gets unpredictable. In manufacturing, things can change in minutes. Machines go down, tolerances drift, jobs back up. So my ideal leadership style is someone who jumps in early, grabs the situation firmly, stabilizes things before they get big, overwhelming, or messy. I picture myself as the leader who sets a clear vision and moves people toward it with confidence. Someone who can handle pressure when deadlines get tight, someone who can push the team and the schedule harder than expected when needed, and someone who leads from the front. So, my ideal leadership style is very hands-on, very assertive, very proactive, the kind of leader who keeps going until the job is completely finished.
That's what she said.
Why don't we start with you, Michael Scott?
So I would call myself a visionary leader who is a totally a daddy. First, I have a vision. We are not just selling paper, we are selling friendship and fun. I see the big picture, the laughter, the high fives, and this motivates everyone way more than boring sales chart. Second, I'm the office dad. I take care of my kids, my family here at Dunder Mifflin. I make big decisions because I know what's the best and I guide them. Like when I canceled the budget meeting for an emergency pizza party. We didn't save money, but we fed the soul. I am strong, I am charismatic, and I'm their best friend. I even grew beard because Jim grew beard this week. I am the world's best boss.
Well, that's a lot of confidence there, Mr. Michael Scott. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing. I think I got a better question now for all of you guys. I think I have a tougher follow-up here. Based on some of the feedback you received from your team and from friends and whatnot, what type of leader do you think others consider you? Let's switch things up a little bit with Mr. Assertive. Let's start with you, Mr. Paul Herman.
Well, if we're talking about the real self, based on the feedback I've gotten, formal and informal, I think others see me as a leader who comes on really strong, sometimes stronger than they'd like. I've heard terms like intense, forceful, direct, especially when we're tight on lead time or trying to recover a schedule. Some people have even said I move too fast, faster than they are ready for. But that's the reality of how others experience me. I tend to lean in quickly, put everything on the table, and push for solutions even when the team isn't warmed up yet. And I get it, and that can feel like a lot. But self-awareness wise, I know my real self tendency is to go all the way instead of easing in gently. And whether people love it or not, they do know I'm consistent and that I'll always step up when the pressure builds.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like yeah, sounds like you definitely got a an assertive and very consistent personality there. All right, Mr. Michael Scott, let's go back to you. Let's try to keep it PG this time, please.
Ah, the 360 survey, a complete circle, like a donut, just delicious. So, based on the comment, they clearly see me as an entertainer. Uh, Someone wrote in the box, Michael is a constant distraction. I took this as a huge compliment. Work is boring. Spreadsheets are boring. I am the cure. I'm the anti-boredom medicine. They also called I have no boundaries. Exactly, because limitations are for losers. I don't let rules stop me from caring about them. So I think they see me as a game changer, a rebel. Basically, they see me as Steve Jobs of paper. I have the vision, I have the passion. I just don't have billions of dollars yet.
Yet
Oh, yeah.
is correct, Mr. Michael Scott. Yet is correct. Rima, I am very curious to hear what you think and what how others perceive you and think of you as a leader.
Well, I recently received 360 feedback from peers, my supervisor, and those in my personal life. I learned others see me as someone who's present, mindful, and attuned to others' needs. While my internal view focuses on the vision of the company, my real self I portray at work, try to present a attitude of positive emotional tone, and try to connect that to the vision too. And we also, in our environment, call it a primal leadership climate. This means being deeply empathetic and ensuring every person it feels their unique contribution is essential to the company.
Nice. I like that. That's a very good description of your real self there. Thank you, Rima. Appreciate that. Alrighty, guys. So a few other questions I have here for y'all. Let's move on to emotional intelligence, a massive topic in middle management. Usually when a problem arises, and let's face it, they always do, how do you handle interactions with your peers? Could be above or below you. When such problem arise, please tell us about your approach to conflict resolution. I'd love to hear more about it. Let's start with oh man. Um, Fine, let's do it. Let's start with you, Michael Scott.
I am genius at emotional intelligence. I have a very high EQ, maybe the highest. When corporate calls yelling, I use Michael magic. I act super stressed so they feel we are best friends, and I had hit them with a joke. Boom, distracted. For office fights, I use the talking ball. I take a tennis ball and I say, only the person holding the ball can speak. And then I hold the ball myself the whole meeting. I talk about my feelings because if the captain is sad, the ship sinks. By the end, they forget their problems to focus on helping me. That is conflict resolution. You make it about the leader.
Is it really though? Is it really? Thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
sharing that, Michael. Thank you for sharing that. Um, okay. All right. Let's move on. That was an interesting one. Um, Mrs. Rima Sharma, please.
Thank you. Well, when a problem hits, my first step is always to manage my own emotional intelligence, specifically my self-awareness and self-management. I intentionally pause, take a deep breath, and regulate my initial emotional response, ensuring I don't trigger unnecessary stress in others. Then I engage in my social awareness through empathy, try to understand the situation from another's perspective and what challenges they're facing in that moment. Uh, then I move to relationship management, which means focusing on coaching and mentoring through the issue rather than dictating a solution. The goal is to develop their competence for next time, not just fix this one problem.
Wow. Wow. Very deep. Very deep.
That's
Thank
what
you for
she
that.
said.
Uh, let's just let's try to keep that. Let's try to keep this PG, please, Mr. Scott. Mr. Paul Herman, please, go ahead.
Well, when a problem hits, especially in manufacturing, I tend to jump in hard and fast. Now, from an emotional intelligence perspective, I know that means I default to self-regulation through action rather than reflection. I address issues immediately because if you let them stretch out, they get worse, whether it's a machining deviation, a supplier delay, or something breaking containment in inspection. With people above me, I'm not afraid to go head to head if I think the operational impact requires a firmer stance. With my peers, my most emotional intelligence challenge is pacing. I move quickly, I apply pressure, and I try to push through resistance. I'm aware that sometimes I go stronger than necessary, but I do try to stay mindful of tone, clarity, and impact. But my goal is always to resolve the issue thoroughly, to keep working it until everyone is satisfied. I know I'm more directive than empathetic, but I'm working on reading people better so I don't push harder than the moment needs.
That's no, thank you for that. That's very good response. Really appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. Um, okay, well, that was truly insightful. It's clear that the path to effective leadership is complex, whether you're striving for resonance, dealing with a work in progress demagogue, or struggling with cluelessness. The application of these core concepts from self-awareness to emotional intelligence and core values is what defines success. Rima, Paul, Mike, thank you so much for coming onto the show and sharing your confessions. And to our listeners out there, thank you. Thank you for tuning into Confessions of a Middle Manager. We really hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time when we'll be going even deeper.
That's what she said.
Ah.